Welcome back to Sussex Farms for episode 24 with me, MrSealyp. And so, straight off the back of the last episode, where we left off, header has been dropped. Now I've got two things I need to worry about. One, will the Cressoni header work with this? May not. That John Deere colour looks a little bit off to the colour on that. Mind you, I suppose it's an older harvester. Maybe, I don't know. And is this crop actually ready to harvest? Because it was damp after the rain, but now it's all cleared. It should be, but I do need to check it. Yep, 19% is below 20. Obviously 19 is below 20. But I do have a patch over here where it failed for some reason. There we go, there. And then there's a patch over here somewhere where it's withered. If I can find it. It's gone. It's gone. It was here. It really was. Anyway, we'll come across that at some point. So, straw swath enabled again. We're going to leave the straw on the ground. We'll collect what we can, fill up the silo, because I think we're not going to be far off full. I don't know how much we're going to get off of this, but we'll try our best. I've got to say, whether this will work or not, we'll open it out. For sort of small to medium harvesting operations, this has become one of my favourite headers. I really do like this. It's a nice size, and because it folds, you haven't got to worry about header trailers and things like that. I just like it. If I'm going for a bigger operation, I'll use the big case or the big New Holland, the Draper ones that have got the built-in header trailers, because I think they're just fantastic as well. What I do need to check though, I never get this right. Is that swath enabled? No, that's swath. That's swath enabled, isn't it? We'll soon see, won't we, when we start? No use worrying about it at the moment, is there? Let's see what I've done wrong first. I could have just opened the help window, but again, where's the fun in that? Please work. Please work. Right, the wheels are turning. It's not sticking on the ground. We are getting a swath. Yes, right, okay. It's all working as it should. With our own harvester. We bought with our own money. Fantastic. Very pleased. Right, that's good. 120 grand for that. That's incredible. Oh, there's the patch over there. You can just about see it. Little slice taken out. That's withered. It's only a small little bit here and there. So this will get the usual treatment. I'm probably going to muck spread it, but it will get fertilised. It will then get ploughed, just as a matter of course. Then if I cultivate, after ploughing I can do another fertilising state, and then I'm good to go, whatever I need to do after that. And what I'll do here, because for some reason it doesn't like the turning room, is give myself a strip across the top, and then hopefully it will turn a little bit easier. Let's go with that. Okay, the harvester's full. So what I need to do is firstly grab a trailer so we can unload it, but then I need to start getting the swath off the ground. I'm going to take the first bit of straw and we'll give it to the pigs, because they have got through bedding fairly quickly for obvious reasons. We seem to have a lot of pigs. I have a plan forming in my head. The two fields below 7 and 8, I said about buying them, cultivating them in, as you know, giving us a fertilising state. However, 9 and 10, they've got potatoes in. I have a plan. This may or may not work. We shall see. I'm going to buy them both. Yeah. Now, it does mean I'm going to need to do a few more jobs. I've got a transport job, another one I'll do off screen. I've just taken on. I may well restock the small greenhouse up here as well, because potentially by tomorrow, well, mid-autumn, my corn will be ready to harvest, and so will the potatoes in both of those fields. And I'm going to need to get a potato harvest because I don't have one, or at least lease one, so I'm going to need a bit more money, which is fine. You know, that's kind of given in these situations. Right, what I need to do is let the worker get going. Beacon off. Thought I had started. And then what we'll do is we'll swing it round, get that going. Yeah, so I'm not going to say what it is at the moment. I have a plan. Bit of diversification of the farm, so to speak. And why not? Right, apparently I'm working on with that. Move this out of the way, go and get the loading wagon, start getting the straw off. Now that's not... Oh, mind you, it's in that last stage, isn't it? I don't think I'll be able to get a fertilising state on either of those. Fields 9 and 10. Not to worry. Right, I'm going to crack on with this. I might have a fiddle around. I don't think I can because I think it's fully grown. It's just that last stage before it switches over to being ready to harvest. So we'll have a look. I don't know why I just took this all off the field. Could have left that there, couldn't I? What a twit. Right. If you've read The Twit by Roald Dahl, striking resemblance between me and Mr. Twit, especially with the beard. Anyway, that's what the kids at school used to say when they used to read it, but... Charming, isn't it? Charming. This loading wagon is definitely proving its worth. Just realised there's some hay on the floor now. I really don't want to grab that. I thought it would have gone by now. I didn't quite catch it going the right way, so I've just had to back it up. This is going to give me a full load of 20... Oh, is it going to give me enough? I think it will do, just to fill the trailer. There's a little bit left to do. Now, I have a slightly unforeseen problem. I thought I was getting close. I've taken my straw, gave some to the pigs, and I have filled the silo. So we're now up to 500,000 litres in the silo, which is great. It means we've got plenty for total mixed ration, we've got plenty for bedding, we haven't got to worry. So what I think I'm going to do is bale the rest. I'll bale it, and then we'll put the bales on the cover. Then what I can do is put the bales on the cow bit. It's terrible, isn't it? The cow bit. And the pig, where the straw bales go for the pigs and the cows is probably the better way of saying it. And then I haven't got to worry. Why do I keep turning it off? It's because it's so quiet, I couldn't hear it. And then they can just chuck away. They'll use the straw as they need it. So for the time being, that will solve another problem, really. I say not that it's a problem as such, but... So I'll grab a baler, and we'll get on with that. I've just washed the Scariflex and the loading wagon, that's just having a bit of repair, and I'm going to wash that because the Scariflex was in the way. And then we're going to look at the Scariflex situation, about selling it and getting the agromash. So I want to test and see if that works as well, because if that's a cheap alternative, that might be the way to go. But first thing to do is unload this, and get up here. Yeah. I like this Bednar trailer. It's not massive, but it doesn't need to be really. Anything when I'm doing bigger loads, just using the lorry trailer. But wheat-wise, what are we looking at wheat at the moment? 87,000 in storage. Oh, we've got a fair old bit, haven't we? We've got 27,000 litres of barley as well. Substantial amounts. So what we'll do, as you've seen, I did manage to get another fertilising state on the potato fields, which is brilliant. It's where we wanted to be at. And so yeah, the Scariflex is the next thing to do, I think. Because what I want to do is get a fertilising state on here, but I can do it using that. And I think the agromash is cheaper than the Scariflex as well, so we might make a bit of money selling the Scariflex and buying... I don't know, we'll have a look. Anyway, that's the next step. So that, actually I can go right up to the end here, can't I? Because that's where it's going to finish. I'm trying to work out the length of the header, see if I can pull off a bit of an auto unload. I don't think that's going to be in the right position, but all we can do is try it. Let's do that there. Right, so I need to have a look then for a baler. I don't want to lease one. I'm going to do square bales because they'll sit on the ground a little bit easier. I have thought about doing chickens as well, but I don't want to overdo it. Those cats, that they're waiting for chickens, aren't they? We haven't got any, but they are waiting. Where is it? Where did I leave it? Over here. I'll put the wides back on the Lamborghini so I can use both. It's that kind of weird thing in your head. It doesn't. I say it doesn't make any difference. It makes a little bit of difference, I guess, for traction, etc. But that whole concept that if you are using narrows on a field. I suppose after harvest it's fairly compact, but then once you start getting into ploughing, cultivating, the narrows would sink in a lot easier, and so mentally in my head I'm thinking, oh, I can't really go on there with narrows on. It's crazy, isn't it? But it's funny how your mind works. Certain things you think, I need to do this. I'm wondering, is that harvester going to unload? Can't tell from this angle. The pipe will come out. Just where it ends up. Where's it going? What is it doing? It's finished. There's nothing else to do. Now it's going to come up. There's something in the way, isn't it? I have no idea where he's going. There's me saying the other day, oh, the workers, they do a cracking job. I did say sometimes, or most of the time, didn't I? I'm sure I did. Right, I'll wait for that symbol to come up, because it's going to come up in a second. There you go, helper J is blocked by an object. Of course it is. This can go away again. Probably won't need this now till spring, probably. We're not going to get any more swaths off in the fields. We're not going to get any more grass or hay done. So I think that can go away. Right, I'll go and sort that out. It was a tiny, tiny strip. That's why it was turning around. Just the thinnest of strips left. Right, fold that up. I'm going to put this away in the shed for the time being. To be fair, by tomorrow, or a month away, however you want to look at it, hopefully our corn will be ready to harvest. So we'll go back out for that. And obviously I need to lease potato harvester. Let's close that down. Stick it in there where the silage bales were. Now I can take the header off because the header, we'll need a corn header for doing the cotton. We'll need a corn header for doing the corn. So let's stick that in the corner there. Fantastic. Did a cracking job that did. I like that. Tucked up in bed, ready for a night's sleep. That's still got another 6,000-7,000 litres out of that. So we got about 29,000 litres off this field. Not bad going. I really am going to sort up the Scariflex thing in a minute. I promise. Right, I'm up at the store with the Lamborghini. This is one of those... If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, this footage will never see the light of day. So there it is. The Scariflex there is 56 grand to buy. The BM75 is only 27. Now it does say on options, for design... Do we need those in the back? It doesn't really matter, we'll have them. Now, mode mulch harrow or mode weeder. I think we need it on mode mulch harrow, I think. Again, we can always change that in configurations at some point. Attachers, sewing sections. I don't think we need sewing sections. But again, we can always check that later on. If it doesn't work, then we can try that. So it's 32,780. What we'll do is we'll buy it. And then we'll check it. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, then let's say we may not ever see this footage. But we also need a baler. We need to lease a baler. Maybe I could put one on the front, one on the back to get it back. Because I don't think that's not wheeled, is it? So baling technology. I just need a cheap square baler. I don't want to go mad on this. I don't think I've actually got that many. That's a Unirap quadrant. So I don't want to go mad and get a quadrant. 230 horsepower. I don't have 230 horsepower. Oh, I might do with the class. I could have gone class. Oh. But that would do loads and loads of tiny little bales, won't it? It might be quite cool. I could pick them up by hand, couldn't I? Load them onto a trailer by hand. Or is that just too much? Potentially. What does that need? 200 horsepower. It might be the big pack, you know. I kind of fall back on that. That New Holland, the BC 5040 HB, was taken out of the mod hub. I never deleted it. That's why it's still sitting there. Someone asked me a while back why that was still there, or how have I got it, and I just didn't delete it. I might try the Galignani, you know. Is that going to be too much work? Think how many bales I'm going to have to pile up. And you know what? Let's do it. I don't know why. It's crazy, isn't it? How much is that to lease? 1,823, and it requires 55 horsepower. Let's lease that. I think I've officially lost my mind. Now, I'm not sure this is going to like having the cultivator at the mulch harrow thing on the front, but we can get them both back at the same time. Why not? Ooh. That doesn't like that at all. God, my visibility's not going to be great, is it? So because I've got too much straw. Oh, it's officially all gone a little bit weird, isn't it? Never mind. Let's get these back and let's get on with it. If it was me worrying I wouldn't have enough to do. Well, the Agromash PM75 is doing the job. You don't even have to turn anything on. There's no fertiliser thing, it just kind of got on with it. So I suppose technically you're kind of ripping out any old weeds and stuff. I don't know, is that how it kind of works in my head? So that is working, so what we'll do, we'll bale everything, get everything off the field, and then carry on with that, which does mean the Scariflex can go back. So what we'll do is, I'll just drop this down here. Let's get the baler going. We'll come back and yeah, we can continue. So we'll get our first fertilising state on like that. I'm going to cultivate it, then I can get a second fertilising state on before we seed it. Like I did with all the other ones, this one doesn't need playing, but it does need some lime. Actually, that's a good point. We need some lime on here. So what I'll do is lime, and then we'll do the other bit. Only on the edges, the peripheral bits where I extended the field out lengthways and a little bit on either side, that's what needs lime. So we'll get on with that. Now this mod dropped while I was away on holiday and I didn't review it. So this is the first time I'm kind of seeing it, using it. So I assume we open it up like normal, swings it to one side. Fantastic. Turn it on. Drop the collector down. And away we go. Oh man, I remember doing this on Lone Oak and load them onto a trailer. I think I'm just going to throw them in the back of the trailer that I've got. Actually, I'm getting way too, I think I'm going a bit too fast. It's struggling to keep up. I mean, yes, I'm going to have so many bales, it's going to be ridiculous. But why not try something a little bit different? This pale's going to be an interesting one to do. I think I'll do it half and half on this. Let's come over this side first. Yeah. It's like forcing the bales through. That was where I had some left in the trailer and nowhere to put it after I unloaded. So I unloaded from the loading wagon back onto the ground and it didn't like it too much. Oh, I'm still going to have a bit on her. I'm going to have to sacrifice that little bit of straw. Do you know, I don't have to do. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Of course not. Let's put that over there. Put that over there. Oh, dearie me. Brilliant. Love it. Love it. No? Just got to change the way you think. I suppose that's the thing about it. In your head, you're like, well, I can't do anything now. Come on, all those bales are in the way. I need to collect them first. No, I don't. Right, anyway, I'm going to carry on. And see how many bales. As long as we don't hit 200, which potentially we could. I assume it still works out the same amount, doesn't it? It's a bit of a worry. Just suddenly dawned on me. Okay, so I've grabbed the small trailer. I could stack all these up incredibly neatly, but I think for the time being, all I'll do is just sling a load in. I'll take them over to the feed areas, and then no, didn't want to throw it, should have dropped it. And it doesn't matter. I can rotate these round. I can make them all lovely and neat, and I'm just thinking the time that will take to do that. Well, I could do, I guess, I don't know. For the time being, I just want to get them. I think bales created at the moment, we're up to about 80. So we're not going to hit the 200 limit, but I reckon we're going to be around 100 easily. Excuse me. I mean, for ease of use, I love the fact you can pick them up. It's absolutely brilliant. Actually, I probably could have been a little... See, now the problem is my OCD's like... When I've said OCD before, I'm like, oh, you haven't got OCD. There are varying degrees of it, and I know... No, that's still not good, is it? What I should do is do that. Now that'll do. And then what you can do is just kind of... Well, that's weird, isn't it? How they kind of aren't there until you let go of them. Whoa! That's a bit of an odd one. It's not going to like that, is it? I'll let that one go. Yeah, okay. So you can kind of do them neatly if you want it. Well, they're still up against the side. I thought they were. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to put a load in here. We'll take them over. I'll see you in a minute when I've got a load more in here. We'll take them over to the feed areas for the animals and put some down onto the bedding section, and it will take some automatically because I think they all need some bedding, but then whatever's piled up, it will gradually work its way through. That's the theory behind it. I suppose what I can do from this side then is then just push them, can't I? Whoa, that's not that. No, not really. That's odd. So peculiar. Okay. But let's be honest, it's easier to use 4,000 litre bales. Then I suppose then you need a loading wagon, potentially, or forks, and do it this way. This is again, it's one of those kind of, if you're starting out, it's an affordable way without having to buy loads of stuff. And if you don't like manipulating bales with whatever you're using, or you can do it like this. You can take your time. It's no different to doing any of the other jobs, baling and logging and all the stuff that I really enjoy, all the stuff that I find quite therapeutic and kind of relaxing. This is the same thing. It's just a simple, straightforward... I know there are a lot of people out there that want to do everything at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's got to be done now, it's got to be done faster, it's got to be done with bigger stuff. And there is, to some extent, a degree of that when I do things. Because, especially if you're doing a video and you think, oh, I need to get the next bit done, I need to get this field harvested or this bit cultivated. So certain jobs, yeah, I totally agree. You just want to get them done, get them out of the way. Other things, I just think, just quite nice. Quite nice to do. There's a bit of clipping on the back of that trailer. I just realised one of the bales is kind of sticking through. about that. In all honesty, I've just been playing Bale Tetris. That's what I've been doing. And loving every minute of it. So what I'll do, pull forward a bit. No, I did fill this up recently, so I'm not quite sure. But it doesn't really matter because, like I say, what should happen is it will just take them as it needs them. I say that. I assume that works with the small bales. I suddenly thought, oh, hang on a minute. Let's check on our animals and go down to our pigs. Yeah, see, straw's full at the moment, so they won't take anything at the moment. The cows is where I probably notice it. So if I stack a load up in here, it will just take them as it needs them. But obviously, it's, you know, they don't need a huge amount. They're only at a total of 3,000 something now, so this actually works out quite well. He says. That's better. What I'm thinking is using the bednar and then going along, getting all the rest of the bales on the bed, just throw them into the bednar, then unloading the bednar into one of the barns, just let them tip all over the floor. It doesn't really matter because then I can come and grab some whenever I need them. There's a logic somewhere to all this. If I move forward and then drop it like that, it'll fall over. Fantastic. And what I can do, if I keep them all over one side like this, does mean I can still get through to clean out the feed area too. See? Not just a pretty face, am I? Not even that. Let's drop that down. So, that guy that said a little while ago, oh, it doesn't matter, just put them anywhere. Yeah, you can see that's going really well, can't you? Just put it anywhere. Now it's all got to be very neat, very tidy. But there is something incredibly satisfying about it. I think there's a, what, 500 or 600 litres a bale? Something like that, I think. I'm trying to think what the baler was doing as it was. I'm sure it was getting, because they were coming out so quickly. I'm sure it's 500 or 600 litres. 10 bales is 6,000 litres if that's the case, or 5,000. So if I'm only taking 3,000 something in total, that's 8. If I stick 10 in, that should keep me going for a little while, providing it all works as it should do. If I come back tomorrow and the straw's gone down and they haven't moved, then I'm assuming it won't work with small bales, but it should do. Okay, so that's 10 in there. Let's sort out the cows. And then, like I say, I'll probably just sling them all into the bed now and then dump them somewhere. So this is where it should be different because they actually need straw. So there we go. See, look, for the first few, it's just going to take them all. Probably all of them. Yeah, you can see the straw on the floor is gradually going up. Look. Yeah, boy. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Did I just do that out loud? That was meant to be in my head. Oh dearie me. What have I become? 2? Oh, hang on. That was a little bit, Oh, okay. Cool. So. The rest, I'm going to pile up. Stack them up, people. Stack them up. I'm loving this. I'm not sure what it's going to be like to watch, but... Talking of love, happy Valentine's Day. I've just suddenly remembered. I assume this is going to be posted today. I'm recording on the 14th, although I'm taking my lovely wife out for lunch, and I'm just looking at the time, realising I don't know if I'm going to get this done and edited and posted in time, so it may be later on we get back, potentially. But we're going out for lunch, then we're popping out. I think my daughters are joining us with their boyfriends. We're going to go and have a few drinks, just have a lovely day, you know. So potentially, if any mods drop this afternoon, that won't be recorded until tomorrow morning, because if I get back at a reasonable time, I don't think I'm going to be in any fit state to actually record anything. That's assuming, of course, I'm back this evening to do it. So apologies if you're waiting on mod reviews. It will be Saturday morning. You know what's going to happen, they're going to drop a load of maps and everything today, aren't they? Be that usual Friday frenzy. But anyway, I'm going to clear the rest of the field. I'm going to get the Scariflex on that, get that sorted. I think, in all honesty, we're probably not far off the end of the episode, because the straw situation, doing this with bales, I wasn't anticipating doing. I just thought I would get field 6 cleared, I'd swap out the Scariflex for the Aggro Mash. I do need to sell the Scariflex, actually, and then I could begin prepping the field. I didn't think I would be buying a field, at least level buying 2 fields, which we've done as well. All will become clear on that as we move forward. Go around. This has worked out alright. Very, very pleased with this. Cool, let's close the door for the time being. I'll come back and do some more later on. And so, with that, this may be slightly shorter. I apologise if it's a shorter episode. I honestly just looked at the clock and I thought, oh no, look at the time. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, every day seems to be something a little bit different. I've said it so many times before, whatever the plan is in my head, no plan survives contact with the farm. If you have enjoyed it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.